standing before you today in remembrance of our fellow countrymen, officers, heroes, and heroines who have fallen in the line of duty. I must confess that this is one of the hardest things I have to do as the minister responsible for our national security. Today is our day to remember with gratitude the men and women from the National Police Service and the Kenya Prison Service who paid the ultimate sacrifice with the most precious thing they had, their lives, so that those of us remaining and who are alive can know peace away from criminals and live in freedom. Indeed, we will remember them. We shall remember them. We must remember them. But again, we must do more than just remember. We must take care of the ones they have left behind and make sure that they get the benefits that these officers earned while still in service. And on behalf of a thankful nation, I will ensure we take unprecedented steps not only to support the National Police Service and the Kenya Prison Service, officers when they are alive, but also to extend the same level of support to their families once they are gone. As I have said, His Excellency the President is the trailblazer and the leader in the effort to make sure that those of us in the security sector who serve under extreme, difficult, and dangerous conditions, our welfare and the welfare of our families is taken seriously. And as his subordinate, I take cue from the President and promise our country that we are going to take extraordinary measures going forward to make sure we modernize, we update, we upgrade the level of compensation and the care that we give our officers, men and women in uniform, to make sure that as they serve the country also appreciates the sacrifices that they make. Therefore, as a government that cares for its citizens, we are committed to policies and practices that will at least mitigate the pain of those that are left behind by our fallen officers. We will therefore ensure that all the relevant dues and settlements, including payments for the last expense, gratuity, and pension, where applicable, are processed and released immediately. Equally critical, we will sustain the prioritization of a consideration for at least one eligible member whenever recruitment opportunities in the National Police Service and Kenya Prison Service arise. For example, I am aware under this policy, 6 widows and 3 orphans of our officers, of our departed officers, were recruited in the cohort that is graduating next month. We shall undertake to offer compassionate audience to requests for transfers or reassignments within the public service by spouses of our late officers. We will do this in appreciation of the fact that with the departure of the loved ones, spouses may wish to move closer home or wherever else is convenient. For our officers who unfortunately get injured at work, the government has constructed 3 specialized hospitals dedicated to police and prison officers. The National Police Service Hospital on Mbagathi Way, the Kenya Prison Service Hospital in Roiro, and the Border Police Hospital in Kanyonyo, Kitui County. Death evokes sorrow, and the resulting grief can take a toll on the emotional well-being of surviving family members. To mitigate this end and to help with the mental health and healing of the affected families, we will strengthen counseling services available at the new hospitals, as I have said, and in existing facilities. Going forward, and as a long-term strategy, we will minimize the risk exposure of our officers. In this connection, the government is upscaling the equipment modernization program, which will allow us to improve on protective gear, the protective equipment of our officers, the sophistication of our arms, land and air transport, which is armored and secure, to make sure that going forward as we confront the enemy, we minimize the casualties on our side.